Hey guys, welcome to. See, I already was gonna mess it up.
Yep.
I was already gonna mess it up. I was gonna overthink it. Go ahead, you start.
PA Blue Collar Outdoors. And we're here. We're going to talk about a couple things. We're going to talk about this past season, this future season, what we plan to do, hunting season, obviously, and like a couple of our videos that we're going to do or that we have made. And then we're going to end it with some questions we're going to ask each other. And it's a pretty laid back podcast. We're going to try and just be us two. I mean, we've tried to have some guests on the show. I mean, it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to just get this one to happen. So
Yeah, so we actually had to do it at my house this time. You know, we're slowly making a studio, so our podcast's gonna be a little bit more official eventually. But you know, we're just doing it with what we got, and we're gonna get there at some point. But like he said, we're gonna talk about our past season, our upcoming season, a couple videos we're gonna be putting out in the future, and we're gonna ask some questions at the end. I just reiterated everything. But basically, I'm just gonna have William start it off. We did record probably about 10 minutes already, but the camera wasn't recording, so
yeah,
we ended up changing it to the webcam. We're sorry
for the video quality.
Yeah, it's a little bit better, but we were trying to take it on our camera, and I was gonna mix it up with it. But William, go ahead and start, and I'm gonna make this.
So our past season that we've had, we got to hunt quite a bit. Not as much as we'd like. Obviously, we're never gonna hunt as much as we'd like. So 2 seasons ago, we got to hunt a really lot. We both caught a deer that year. It was great. And then the next season, we didn't really get to hunt at all. He got to hunt like one day or a couple days. I didn't get to hunt at all because we were both buying our houses. So, I mean, I got to go out rifle, so it's better than nothing. I was unsuccessful there. But this past season, we got to do a lot of different stuff. And, I mean, there was more good than bad, I would definitely say. In this past season, we got to build a new shanty because the old one blew down, which that was pretty cool because now we have our own shanty and we can do whatever we want to it and however we want and make it what we want, not, you know, what our father-in-law wants because it was his old shanty that blew down. And Cody got to take his dad out hunting, which is pretty cool. And I got to take my dad out, which it's cool too, but he's perfectly capable on his own to hunt on his own, but probably not because he never shuts up because he talks the whole time. Like, it's the whole thing. Like, when you're younger, your dad yells at you about all this stuff, and then it like reverses itself when you get older and take your dad hunting. He does all that stuff that he yelled at you about. So you're like, Dad, we're hunting.
Yeah, and we talk about that too because we talk
Yeah.
about how, like, you know, your dad almost, you know, you start taking care of him like he's a
Yeah, it
you know what I mean?
reverses
Yeah.
itself. It goes back around. It's crazy.
And it's weird because when you're younger, you used to think, oh, why is he telling me to shut up? Like, I just want to talk. Like, I'm bored.
I got something to say.
Yeah, and now
Yeah.
now it's like reversed, and you're like, wow, I'm my dad. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
My
and
dad
now
didn't
he's
hunt,
he's the child.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, my dad didn't hunt, but I
Now you're
can
gonna
only
experience
imagine,
it. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. But so we did 2 new food plots this year. We've tried food plots before, which were kind of unsuccessful. We did cereal rye this year. The one spot we actually used a tiller for. It turned out pretty good. It grows pretty fast. I actually heard about it from my one friend. The other spot didn't do so great because we didn't till it. We just used like my quad tires, some rakes, and a shovel. We still got a ton of deer on the camera we put there though. We put our one stand in a different spot this year just to see. We put a couple different mineral blocks out this year. We checked our cameras like at least once a week this year, which we really never ever did that before, which was kind of interesting. So we could see like the bucks grow as we seen them.
Yeah, we don't have cellular cameras. We're poor, and basically that's about it. We're just your everyday, obviously PA blue collar outdoors.
Yeah, we got 3. We can have 4 cameras that we run. At the end of the season, we got into more public hunting. We got public land around where we live, so we started kind of branching into that. But we'll kind of get into that later. But there was a lot of cool things that happened this season. A lot of learning events that happened.
A lot of sad things too.
Yeah, a lot of sad things, like Cody missing a squirrel with his bow.
Yeah.
After we sat in the stand for hours, he's like, I'm shooting that thing. But he missed it, but that's pretty sad. That was the highlight of the day. But there was, like, mostly good things. We tried hunting out of Stephen's shanty this year. Archery hunting, which is kind of hard to shoot out of a shanty if you never shot out of one before.
You did okay though.
Yeah, I got a deer this year. Cody we got a lot of cool footage and stuff, which was kind of cool. Because I got my deer kind of early, I should say, and I was able to go turkey hunting for fall, which I've never really got to do because I've been so caught up in archery hunting. And Cody was there archery hunting for deer. And
yeah, while they were hunting for turkey.
Yeah, so we got to be like right there, which was pretty neat. We didn't hunt as much out of the other stand this year.
No, not at all. We put so much work into that one, and we didn't hunt out of that one at all.
And it was the most successful one. Like, the food plot grew great, and we had, we had, bucks on camera. We did find one dead there. We think got hit by a car at like the end of August into September. It was a really decent 8-point. We were really bummed out.
Yeah, I'll put a photo.
We had him on camera a whole bunch too, so he was a regular visitor to that spot. It was, I mean, we got him, but we didn't, at the same time. So, I mean, he kind of went to waste, but, it would have been nice. It was a really decent 8-point. It would really been nice to shoot that one.
Yeah, and that would have been, that was his area too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's all kinds of scrapes there. He was sticking around there.
Yeah, he was a big 8.
He might have switched by that season, but who knows?
Yeah, it was only there, really. We'd seen him on a lot, pretty regularly.
Yeah, that we put a lot of work into that stand, and then we didn't even really touch it, and I felt bad. I went there one day, and I didn't see one thing, so I got a little, I guess, dissatisfied with it. So
yeah,
which
all the effort, you're just like, why am I here?
I get, it's all about time frames and time, and I just wasn't I was going with the hot spot, and you can't do that all the time.
No, you're right.
So, did you have more you wanted to go into?
About like past season. Well, not a whole lot. I mean, we really did put a lot of effort in. I think this year we definitely put the most effort in out of all the years of hunting so far. With the food plots and the cameras and the, hey, look at this deer. I remember this deer from last year. And, in rifle season, though, I mean, while I was turkey hunting, too, I mean, we found, and we have it in our one archery video that we just put up, I found a 10-point that we definitely had on camera. And then, later, that was in turkey season, I found that dead, which really is not, great at all by any means. I don't know. Somebody got shot at or something. I don't know. But, real big. I should have brought him, actually, to show you guys. That would have been cool.
Didn't think about that.
Real big 10-point. Like, the biggest deer that we've ever seen on this property, other than one, Schmeagle.
Yeah.
And,
we never even got that. I don't know if we have that one on camera or not, the one that died.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure, because some of the pictures are a little bit blurry, but, we got my deer that I got. He's definitely a fighter. Like, he has 4 points broken out of his 8, so he's a fighter. I mean, which is kind of cool because we have him before he broke all his points off, and then obviously after. But we got like there's this one shot that I have on the camera that he's like has his head down. He's like challenging this other buck, which is really really cool. And I made a picture collage of our hunting stuff, like us squirrel hunting and deer hunting, and he's on there, and it was just kind of cool of all of us with our deer. And
If I
Dean, oh sorry,
I was gonna say, if I remember, I'll put a photo. If you send me that, I'll put a photo
of
in
the deer.
podcast, too.
Okay, and yeah, Dean got a deer this year, which is like unheard of because he doesn't go hunting anymore, and
Yeah, yeah. Well,
it was decent.
oh yeah, it was a young deer, but it was pretty big
Oh yeah,
antlers. Real young deer. It was almost, I mean, like our first archery deer, probably about the same age, but it just
it
had
was
good
huge.
genetics,
Yeah, it had real tall tines, real widespread.
super white.
Yeah, just not super like he didn't have the mass. It was just
Yeah.
wide and tall, like real crazy.
I tried to get him last day of archery, but I couldn't. He was coming back. He was coming around the one spot, so I threw a climber over there, and
Yeah, he was a regular out there because they
Yeah.
cut all the corn off, and then he started coming over, and which is crazy how we seen the deer migrate from, but that's what they do.
Yep.
But
well, let's go in a little bit more detail about the whole experience with your buck. Like, I think it was all kinds of new emotions.
oh
you had,
yeah, it was
all kinds of
'cause
new experience.
there wasn't anything that I've ever done like that before in archery season.
Yeah, so I want to go in a little bit of it first, and then I'll let him talk about it. So a bit of a thing was I missed the shot. Like, I missed videoing it because I was so like in tune with it, and we're getting new at this, so I really wish I would have got the shot, but I was like so focused on like yelling at him.
Oh yeah,
I didn't mean to yell at
there
him,
was
but-
yelling, yes. Oh yeah,
I didn't mean to. I was just like, oh, shoot it.
Yeah.
shoot it. But I missed filming it. So we're going to do better with filming those, shots and everything like that. We got a camera now, so that's going to help. We're going to use, different tools so we can actually get better shots. But regardless, I'll just tell you the beginning of it, and he can go more in depth, and then I'll tell you. Then after he's done, I'll tell
my
you a little bit.
version.
Yeah. So basically, like, was it our first day we went into that shanty? Was it the first day we went? I think it was the
Together probably
Yeah.
because you had been in it before by yourself,
Yeah. So I was like,
and I think maybe I had been in it before by myself
Yeah.
too. Yeah, I had because I remember I was freezing.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we both sat in that spot, and there was a bunch of deer going in that field.
Oh yeah, like behind you, in front of you, beside you, everywhere.
Yep. And William, I think he wanted to split up. I think you wanted to go to the stand, or me go to the stand, you go to the shanty. But
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
no, I'm just gonna hunt with you. I'm gonna let you. I more or less wanted you to shoot because, like, I was, to be honest, but you wanted me to shoot. But anyways,
Yeah,
besides the
because
point.
like we keep this little score thing on like, hey, if we hunt together, you can shoot first, but like if you draw back and you don't shoot, that counts, or you miss, that counts, so it goes to the other person the next time. That's
Yeah.
like we keep a little score thing or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, and I mean, I think also it's situational too, because like if you're in a better spot, or
Oh,
if you're
yeah,
in where
yeah,
it
yep.
comes up, you know what I
Mhm.
mean?
Yeah, because we're constantly watching, like one's watching one way, the other one's watching the other way.
Yeah. So I convinced him. I said, let's just go in the shanty because we were actually biased against going in the stand or going to our other stand. I'm like, William, all these deer are coming right in there, and I actually almost spot and stalked. I don't know if it was his buck, but it was another 8-point, and I just quite couldn't get there in time. He seen me before I got there. Like, I was trying to be real creepily, but it was like the week before, and I'm like, I know he's gonna be back there. I guarantee it, because you sat there, I sat there, and I just watched him. Sometimes it's good just go there and watch.
Oh yeah, see what they do and like, oh, what can I do next time better or different or
Yep, exactly. So I just like was like, okay, let's go there. We went there, and we were nervous because like, oh,
it
maybe
was
we
still
shouldn't have went
dark
there.
though.
Yeah, we were nervous.
And it was supposed to be warm that day. We were
Yeah.
really nervous. We're like, oh, what are these deer gonna do today? Because like, it's gonna be so warm out. I don't even know. It's unpredictable. Like they might not even be moving.
Yeah, exactly. And we seen we seen a big 8-point early.
Yeah, yeah,
was-
way out in the field.
Yeah, he was trotting across, and then we seen a bunch of doe and everything. And we seen a couple smaller buck too,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, we did. Yep.
And we seen all of a
Like
sudden,
some 4 points
yeah,
and
we
spikes
seen, yep.
that came behind us.
Oh, we had a lot of action that day, like a
Oh
ton.
yeah, like
It was a ton.
every which way.
Yeah,
We
just
couldn't keep
doe.
up with it.
Yeah, just doe constantly. Like we had no break. Like we were just on edge, just
The whole
waiting.
time.
Yep.
Try not to scare them. Try not to move.
Yeah, exactly. And then but, like,
Freezing at first.
being in the shanty was nice though.
Yeah, yeah, because there's some cover and they're used to it being there.
Yeah, exactly. And then like I don't know. I think it like mitigates your smell a little bit too.
Yeah, yeah,
Well-
it does because it has its own smell.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, it's its
That
own
one.
stench.
That one does.
Yeah. Well, it's old. It's like
Yeah.
Ernie says his old shed or garage.
Oh
thing.
wow, I didn't
Yeah,
know that.
it used to be his old shed, and that's what he built into. But so all of a sudden we're just sitting there, and all of a sudden, like we didn't even see this buck coming.
Yeah,
anywhere.
we're watching them way, way out in the field.
Yeah.
We're like, oh, that one's running across, that one's going there, and then we kind of lost sight of them. We're like, I don't know where they went, because like the grass, mind you, is 3 foot plus high.
Mhm.
We can't see what's
Interesting.
going on. Like, say they like go over a knoll or whatever. They're gone. You can't see them. They bed down in there, but we watched them for a while, like at least an hour or two out in the field, like messing around with some does or whatever, and then we kind of just lost them. We didn't know really where they went.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden, boom, buck comes trotting down right on basically the mowed path that's right there.
Yeah,
And but the grass is really high, real high, and he's coming
yeah,
down.
like
and-
like literally this high.
Yep. And I'm standing up, and he's kneeling down. We didn't really go over this, so it's kind of good to go over it.
Mhm.
He's kneeling down. I'm standing up, and I'm watching him come. And I can.
And you're
s-
behind me.
Yeah, and I'm behind him, and there's a window right there, but I can see through. There's another window at my height, so I'm looking out, and I can see like he's stopping like perfect. Like I could see a shot clearly, like perfect shot. And I'm like, William, take the shot, take the shot. I'm like trying to like take the shot, and he's like, no, I can't. It's not a good shot. But he's kneeling down, and I'm like, that was the closest shot. He had to be 30 yards at that point.
Oh yeah, because he was way closer. Because he was coming straight out the path.
Yep, straight towards us, and all of a sudden he turns to go down. Like,
Because mind you, if he kept coming straight, like right directly in front of us, it's like a complete mowed open area, a
Yep.
like beautiful shot, like
Perfect.
maybe 30 yards, like way wide open, no grass, all
No,
mowed.
not even 20 yards.
Yeah,
maybe.
like beautiful shot.
Yeah,
If he would have
wide
just
open.
stepped out right, if he just would have came from the path, bam, right there, straight broadside, like the
Yeah.
best shot in the world.
And for some reason he turned and went down towards the woods.
Probably, I think a doe ran in there earlier or
Yeah.
something. I'm pretty sure because we were watching him. I'm
Mm.
pretty sure that's what he was doing.
Yep.
It was October 22nd. It was a Saturday, and so it was kind of still early in the season. It was supposed to be warm that day.
Was it like 9 o'clock somewhere around there?
No, I shot it like around 7:30.
Was it that early?
Yeah, it was early. Yep. Yeah, because we didn't go look for him till like 9.
Oh, okay, that's
Yeah.
what it was.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, so he turns and he goes down, and we're like, oh, we lost our chance because he's pretty far away. We're like looking, we're like, all right, well, the only way this is going to happen is if he stops. He
Yeah.
stops because, like, those goldenrods were
Yeah,
just
and
so
like
high.
the woods break, so it like leaves a break in the goldenrod and all the grass being real high, right at the woods where they break into the field. So
Yep.
you have like an open area of you can see.
Exactly, and I think he stopped, and I think it was because there was a log right there. He stopped right before
Yeah,
that
there
log.
was. Yep, with moss on it. Yep.
Yep, he stopped right before that log, and
Put his head down.
Yeah, put his head down. I don't know. He was probably checking, seeing something to eat. I don't know. He just put his head down, and a few seconds later, William shot, and he shot, and I'm watching. I'm watching the shot.
Well,
and I'm
and yelling at me the whole time. Yeah.
like, is it called yelling if you whisper?
Well, he's like whisper, yelling, "Take the shot! Can't you see him? Right now, take it!" And I'm like, "I can't see him! I can't see him! It's through the grass! I can't!" And I literally could not see him.
He
the grass.
exaggerates everything. Come on. man.
No, I was whispering very, very well.
Well, I didn't know you could hear me because sometimes when I'm whispering, you like completely ignore me because I
Oh
don't think
yeah,
you can
yeah.
hear
I
me.
kind of was after you started doing that because I'm like, I cannot see this. I could
Uh,
literally only see his back and his head, and that was it. And I was like, there is no way I'm shooting through all this grass at this deer because it's
uh,
closer.
I just thought you weren't confident, so I was just trying to get.
No, I couldn't see him at all. I'm like, there is
I
no
know.
way.
I felt like an asshole after that because like I was just like, oh, shoot him,
And
I
then
was
he
like
probably
pumped
knelt
up.
down there where I was at and was like, wow, you can't see shit here.
Yeah, I did. I knelt down and I was like, yeah, you can't see that shit. But when I was up there, you could see it. It was
Yeah.
like plain as day. He has 25, 30 yards, like right, like big old. He
Yeah.
stopped between this grass and I could see it perfectly. I'm like,
Shoot it.
like I was just so excited. I'm like, oh, he's got this son of a bitch. You
Yeah,
know?
I can. No, I'm like, I can't do it. Sorry to let your dreams down, but nope.
Well, anyways, it stopped and I was like, oh, okay, he ain't gonna shoot because like it's far because you kept asking me. You kept going. Should I
Yeah,
shoot
we
him?
didn't have
Should
a
I shoot?
rangefinder. We're
Should I
like just
shoot?
guessing.
Yeah, you're like, what's the range? What's your range? I said, did I tell you 40 yards?
Yeah,
I said 40 yards. I'm guessing he's 40 yards.
I shot right in between my pins.
Yep. And when you shot, I was like, wow, that was forward. Like in my head, I was thinking, holy crap, he shot in the freaking head.
It could have hit grass. It could have hit. I don't know, dude. The deer didn't even know. Nothing happened. It literally like picked its head up and just like walked away, like not trotted, not ran, just walked over that log that he's talking about. Just walked right away. And I'm like, and it's the first time that he got us lighted knocks, and it's the first time I ever even shot one in my entire life. And I'm just like sitting there in awe. I'm like looking at my arrow in the dirt,
in the dirt,
glowing
sitting in the dirt.
green. I'm like, I missed, and I'm already on my phone. Hey, I missed this 8 point. I missed this 8 point. I'm like, oh, I'm like so beating myself up. I'm like, fudge.
Yeah, he's like completely worried, so I'm just keeping him calm. I'm like, you're all right. I basically wasn't sure if he hit it.
I thought
but
it
I
was
just tried
a
to keep him
total
calm.
miss. Just the way the arrow, like that's all I seen was I shot, and I just remember it happened so quick. The deer walking away, and just my arrow's right there in the dirt, and I'm like,
Yep.
wow, complete miss, complete miss.
He didn't act like he got hit, but
No, not at all, not at all, not one little nothing.
I had like this fear because like I watched it and I seen it. I was like, I'm like half sure it hit him, but I was like, I thought maybe it just like skimmed his like
Neck or something,
yeah,
like up
skimmed
top
it.
or bottom.
Yeah, and because I could see it like trajectory because he was quartering away a little bit.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
a
he
hair.
was. Yep.
And just a tad bit, I'm like, holy crap, that was forward. I'm like, I was like thinking in my head, okay, I was like thinking in my head, I just yelled at him to shoot.
Yeah.
He's probably all worked up because I was getting him up. I'm like, I better just tell him he missed. Like,
Yeah,
convince him he missed.
Well, we use fixed broadheads too, so
Yeah.
like,
And then putting the light knock might have messed you up too. Who knows? Hit grass.
well, yeah, because it's different, and yeah, I don't know. I didn't even sight my bow in with lighted knocks.
Mhm.
I just put them on. I put them on two of my arrows, took them out with us. I'm like, let's go. Not thinking, but
Yeah, well, we sat there for 2 hours and
2 more hours watching, more deer, some doe walk by, some spikes, some 4 points, and the whole time I'm just like,
looking at the light knock.
yeah, the whole time the lighted knocks down there, I took a picture of it and everything, and I'm just like, man, I'm like, oh, if I wounded that deer, I'm gonna feel so bad. I'm just like, oh, and it's getting warmer and warmer and warmer out. And
Yeah.
I think it got 70 degrees that day. And I'm just like, oh man, this deer. And it eventually hit like 9 o'clock, and Cody's like, all right, let's get out. I'm like, yeah, it's pretty hot in here. We had all our like winter gear on because it's cold in the morning. So we get out, and he's like, all right, you just stay here and watch for deer. I'm going to go down there and see if there's any more deer around so we don't scare them. I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to step this off, and see how far it actually is, just stepping it off because neither one of us had a rangefinder at the time. So Cody goes down there, and he's looking at the arrow, and I'm like, oh, he didn't say anything. What's going on? So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna step this off. So I just step it off. I'm like, yeah, it's 40 yards. Just stepping it off, like, not not saying stepping it off's accurate, but Cody's like, hey, there's blood on your arrow. I'm like, what? What? I'm like, no way. And when I get down there after I'm done stepping this off, and I'm looking at it, and it's the whole way up and into the fletchings and everything,
A
and I'm
little
like,
meat on the fletching.
no way. I'm like, it went the whole way through it. I'm like, great. Now I wounded this deer, and we're never gonna find it.
So mind you, the whole time I was thinking, okay, if you did shoot this, we need to wait a while, because if you did, injure it, if anything, hopefully it's fatal. We gotta wait a while.
Yeah,
because,
which we did wait 2 hours.
yeah, 2 hours is pretty good. So we waited, but the whole time I'm thinking, I'm gonna go down there. I told him, I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna see if there's any deer down there. But my whole thought is, I'm gonna try not to spook this deer up as I'm walking down there.
Yeah, let alone 2 of us.
Yeah. So in case it was bedded down, like not far, because I've experienced it where you shoot something, you wound it, and you kick it up, and then you're just
Again and
battling.
again
It's a
and
battle.
again.
Yeah. So I was like, I went there, looked at there, and I'm like, wow, I'll wait till he gets here to tell him, because I don't want him like running over. I want him stepping
Like,
off.
I don't care how far it was.
Yeah. So there was full blood on the arrow. Meat.
Yeah, I was like mind blown at that. I'm just like, what? And just seeing it, I'm like, well, where the heck did I hit it at then?
Yep. So, if you want to check our last video of our archery season recap, there's the whole.
It's a good
walkthrough.
video. Please watch it.
Yeah, check it out. Tipsy Rippers. Obviously you're gonna know being on.
If you're
YouTube.
watching this one.
Yeah, but so yeah, the whole video when we get up to it, basically he was freaking out. Like I could tell you were freaking out. The whole
Yeah,
time.
I'm just like, oh man, we gotta track this thing. Who the heck knows how far it went? I'm like, we're gonna be here all day. It's already 70 degrees. Excuse me, out, and like, oh man.
And he's never wounded a deer too, so
No.
he's like freaking out inside and like just like having a panic
Not like
attack.
that. I'm just like, oh.
To be honest, I've never experienced a neck shot with a bow, so that was new to me. That it
Yeah, I
died.
didn't even think. Yeah,
150, 200 yards it ran, boom, dead.
yeah. We
Lots
tracked
of
it,
blood.
and oh yeah, look, you can watch on our video. There's definitely like it even went to the scrapes, and like checked them, like because like you could tell it stopped there because there would just be a ton of blood like as we followed it. But yeah, like he said, like 150, 200 yards, it was done, just dead. I couldn't believe it, and
Yep.
we looked up on it, and we had it on camera. Excuse me.
I thought a barrel was it.
Yeah, he's like, "Oh, is that it?" I'm like, "No,
I like got excited.
no, that's just a barrel." But no, it literally made it right out of the other side of the woods into the next field, just barely, and it was just right there. It was just like perfect. I was like, couldn't believe it, and I'm like, wow, I shot it in the neck, and it died. But
Yeah, that was a new experience. And then Dean came and picked it up after you got it.
yeah,
Came picked up with his tractor.
yeah, we had to carry it up this really steep hill first,
Yeah.
but
We got it. We pulled it
Yeah.
up.
it was
The day we didn't bring our 4-wheelers.
Yeah, the only day other than that. Yeah, we hunted there before because we took your
Yeah.
quad because you were worried
Oh,
about where
yeah,
to
yeah,
park it
yeah.
at. Yeah. And yeah, the one day. But I did bring my truck though. I brought my truck that day. So maybe that was my lucky charm that I drove my truck that day.
Yep. Didn't
So
have
we-
a Subaru anymore.
Yeah. So we were able to haul it to the meat processor place. But
If I remember, I'll post another photo of the Subaru Buck.
yeah, that I got
Yeah.
2 years before that. But yeah, that was pretty much our season. Other than rifle, I found another dead deer in rifle. It was a half rack. It was a huge half rack, like gigantic. Like he busted his main beam off like this far, and like his main beam was, I'm not kidding you, probably at least 5 inches in circumference. It was big, and his other side was really big too.
We went squirrel hunting. William got 3 squirrels. I got 0, or maybe you got 4 squirrels. Did you get 4 total? Or 3?
No, I got 4 because one day I got 2.
Okay.
Because the first day I got 1. We went out again. I got one because I remember we were all sitting down there in like a little circle, and I seen one that day and shot that one. And then the next time we went out, I got two. Because remember there was two, and we were shooting at them.
Yeah.
And
well, I didn't shoot because I lost mine, and then yours popped up, or mine popped up to you.
Yeah, and then I shot it.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of shooting though. A lot of shooting. Excuse me. A lot of walking around. A lot of fun.
I went up to Marionville for my season a couple times with my buddy Chuck and Brian. I tried a lot of spot and stock this year. I don't know why. I just really had an urge to get a spot and stock buck, and we're gonna go into a little story about me and him had on the spot and stock. But we went up to Marionville, and I almost successfully spot and stock. I could have gotten a buck, but I didn't know that up in Marionville, only 3 points on one side is legal, and not 3 up. But I actually think it was 3 up, and from us seeing it the next day. But we basically came up, just went in a ram spot, and Brian and Chuck were over there on probably about 50 yards from me, and he threw out, I don't remember if he did his antlers or his grunt call, or no, he did a snort wheeze. Brought in a buck like literally 10 seconds later, and we just went in a spot randomly, hunkered down. He did a snort wheeze, buck came right up, and it was 20 yards from me, and I could have shot it, and it was almost too dark to shoot, and I got worried. I was like, if it's only 3, like I was looking through my binoculars, like I don't know whether to shoot it. I didn't know. I thought they were gonna shoot it. And I don't know if it was because it was facing them, and I should have shot it, but I thought it was only 3 points on 3 points. So like, I ain't gonna shoot it, Especially I had a lot of season left over. But other than that, we tried to spot stock a bunch of stuff up in Marionville. I went up there a couple of times, and we just couldn't get it done. There's a lot more to the story. I'm not gonna get into it too
also
much.
Clips on our video of that.
Yeah, there is a little bit. Yeah, Chuck. We call it buck rock because every time we see a freaking buck. Actually, I went up over the crest because we were sneaking down the hill. And I don't know if I told you this, but the second day, because I stayed the night, the second day we went over there.
I remember hearing.
And I went to the same spot we went in the afternoon. I wasn't thinking, nothing's going to be there. Motherfucking buck was bedded down by this big ass rock right underneath it, 10 yards from me. And if I would have been ready with my bow, I could have shot him, but I wasn't ready because I just was walking up over this rock and he ran. I'm like, it was a pretty big 8-point too. So, but I do want to talk about spot and stock. Me and William did. We were in the shanty. Was it the first time we were in the shanty? Or no, you were filming me. We went to shanty again. Yeah, so we went to shanty again for me. And this is when rut was pretty
prominent.
Yeah.
And we decided to get out and walk around for fun because it was warm that day.
Yeah, it was pretty warm that day. It was about 9:30 because 9:30, 10.
Yep.
We're like, we ain't gonna really see much because we haven't.
And it's warm out.
Yeah, so we walk up because I've actually before that I've walked around there and I've snuck up on some doe and actually a small 4-point and a spike. So I was like, let's do it. It's a lot of fun. So we're walking along.
Yeah, because we have nothing to lose anyway. There's no deer around, really.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. We're walking along, and we get up around the turn about where our old shanty was, and
it's
I see
up
a doe.
on a knoll, and everything else we're looking at is down in a valley.
Yeah, it's almost like a peak. So it's like this. There's a hill on this side and on that side. So there's a flat top. And I see a doe. I'm like, William, there's a doe down there.
All by itself. Real weird.
Yeah, we were like, that's real weird. And we're just watching it for a good 5 minutes probably.
Just by itself.
Yeah, and we're like, what the? Okay, whatever. We'll just keep going on.
Yeah, but we didn't want to scare it either. We're just let's just watch it.
Yeah, we were walking real softly. And all of a sudden, I don't remember, were you ahead of me or behind me?
I was behind you.
Yeah, and I was like, there's a big buck right there.
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't. I don't think he believed me
because I couldn't see it because the grass.
Yeah,
the grass was high.
Yeah, he didn't believe me, and we're sitting there. We're like, "Oh shit, what do we do?" and it's because it's at the bottom of the hill.
Down by the pond.
Yeah.
Way, way down.
So like we were trying to make a plan. We hunkered down. I was like, "What do we do? Like, do I go down and go around, or do we try to call in it, or whatever?" And I did have it on GoPro, but it must not. I must have lost it.
Yeah, and then I'm like, I remember asking him, we're sitting there, I'm like, "Well, try your deer call. Where's your deer call?" "I don't have it." I'm like, "What?" Like this one situation we run into, and you don't have your deer call. I'm like, "Oh man."
You had yours.
I did, but I guess I didn't. I'm like, okay, well, never mind. We're just gonna sit here and be quiet, I guess.
You called yours.
Did I?
Yeah, you had yours.
Oh yeah, you're right. Because I was behind you. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try it. Yeah.
Yeah. So what happened was I walked down and
You're
I
right,
went
you're
behind these trees a little bit, and I was like, okay, let's see if we can call it. And,
Yeah, to like hide us a little bit better.
Yeah. Before that though, is that when it mounted the? Well, we're sitting there actually watching it. All of a
Yeah,
sudden,
before we started calling it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it mounted the doe, and we're just watching it.
We were
fucking
like,
roll it.
I'd never seen that before
Nope.
in my life. Not in real life.
Nope. That should have been the time I should have just started going
Just
down
running it because it would
Yeah.
not even have cared. Probably. I don't know. Actually, probably not. I don't know.
I don't know. That's the first time I ever seen it. So, yeah, it was it was funny, but it only lasted like 5 seconds.
Yeah, and then we were like, okay, let's try to call it. So we're like running the call a little bit, like, you know, kind of frantic, I guess.
Yeah.
Not essentially frantic, but, you know, a little bit too much. And it's looking and it's stopping. We just don't want it to go into the woods because we're like, just stay there and we're just going to come to you. Well, no, it like walks down into the woods and we're like trying to look at it when meanwhile we're hundreds of yards away from it still, and we're trying to see it in the woods. Like it's running along the wood line. I'm like, oh, I see it. It's there. I'm like, so Cody's like, let's go cut it off. So we hurry up and freaking hoof it over around this knoll to try and cut it off.
Yep. Hindsight 2020. What I should have done is William should have stayed on top, and I should have looped down to the bottom and made my way down to the pond real quick. But I didn't, or I should have just made down the path crawling. So hindsight 2020. But it was like,
it was like spur of the moment. Like we need to figure out something right now, or
yeah. So that was a cool experience though. Like, I had a lot of experiences like out spotting stock, but I just couldn't get close enough or nothing.
yeah,
so.
that one was really cool though.
Yeah, that was really cool. I thought for sure, like, I didn't expect this, and that was a big deer, too.
Yeah, it was. It was a very big deer. We never really seen that. We're watching them in the binoculars. We're like, wow, holy crap, that thing's huge.
Yeah, it was really cool. To end the season, for me, myself, I did take my dad out rifle. Let me check time before we go.
I gotta take a bathroom break.
We got 38 minutes. All right, I'll talk about that. Okay, so sorry, William's got to pee. He's got a bladder of a small child. So I'll talk about my experience with my dad. So me and him only went out one day, and if you don't know, my dad does have dementia. He's never really went hunting. I've kind of got him hunting the past couple of years, but his dementia has gotten really bad, so I really want to get him a doe. So I got him his license, a doe tag, and everything was done safely, you know what I mean? I helped him with everything. I handled the gun, you know, and he was really excited about getting a deer. So I know maybe other people feel different about that. Maybe people don't think that's safe, but I did it all safely. I handled, you know, I only let one bullet in the gun at all times. You know, I had a couple clips ready, swap them out, you know, helped them load it, and did everything safely. He was having trouble finding things in the scope and everything, things that were right in front of him, but also that comes with inexperience. Like he just couldn't get things in this. He did shoot at a doe twice, and he missed, and they ran, and then they were just too far for him to shoot. There was an instance I messed up, actually, was we seen doe come in, and he was ready to pull the trigger, and I didn't turn the safety off for him. So he pulled the trigger, and then by the time that he couldn't quite get him in the scope, and they were just in the thick stuff, so we couldn't just quite get them. So, but it was a great experience. He had a lot of fun. I think he has lots of fun just getting out there. He only went one time. I think that took enough out of him. I mean, I think he enjoys just being outside with me and just talking and everything. He seems to have his most clear days, in my opinion, when he's out there in the wilderness. So I really want to get him a doe. I don't know if he's going to go hunting next year, but if not, I still have that experience. Got to hunt with my dad at least twice, so it was pretty good.
In
my
our
opinion.
nice new shanty we built.
Yeah, and our night we were the first people to hunt in it, and so it wasn't too bad. And hopefully next year, if he goes with me, we'll get him one. So, you know, it. I don't want anybody, feeling bad for us, but it's just part of what the obstacles we have in our life. So just we just go through it every day. And
Yeah, like my dad that creates his own obstacles for hunting. Like the deer that our father-in-law had got, I was trying to get my dad that one or this other one we had in mind that we had on camera. It was a nice 8-point across the road there. And for days, me and my dad would sit there where this deer would come out, where our father-in-law shot this deer at. Like I've told my dad, like they come out here at this time, and that's what happens. Because in rifle season, they were pretty prominently coming out there, and it was a Sunday, first one of the first Sundays you could hunt rifle. I shouldn't say one of the first. It is the only. I think it's the only Sunday.
Yeah, the only Sunday. Yeah.
So
other than archery, I guess.
Yeah,
that's why
yeah.
you're thinking.
And my dad decided not to go out that day. And the deer come out like he always did.
Yep.
And our father-in-law shot it. So my I tried my hardest this year to get my dad to get a deer because I think how long did he say, like 20?
98 or something.
Yeah, 97. So
okay.
26 years was the last time he ever shot a buck. So I tried my hardest, but just we weren't able to get it done.
Yeah, and I mean, I think now more for him though, it's him getting out there and with you, what I mean?
But I was like so dead set. I'm like, we are getting a deer. But it just I tried my hardest. We went out as much as we could, and we just couldn't pull it off.
Yeah, we just had some bad luck just because we had 4 buck found on the property we hunt, and they're all shooters, every single one of them.
Mm-hmm.
So there wasn't much picking at that point. So there was only a few, and you know what I mean. So there was a total of, I'm gonna say, with those 4 dead, what? 5, 6, 7, 8 buck total off of the property we hunt, and it's only what 100 some acres. So it's like it's not like it's a lot, and hopefully more migrate, or maybe Schmiegel will come back next year. But...
maybe, and I don't know. Yeah, that's why we kind of like went into public hunting now.
Yeah, we're going to public hunt, not just because that, also because it creates a new challenge and it creates new deer. It creates new. Obviously, if you've watched our shed hunting series, that's all the public land we're going to be trying to hunt. You know what I mean? So,
it's all new too. We just got a camera up there. We got some turkeys on it and some bucks. And hey, if they're not too big, whatever. It's all a new challenge. It's all new terrain. It doesn't seem like very many people hunt there, but kinda. I mean, it is public land.
Archery, maybe not. We're not sure. I know there's rifle, and that's a good segue. We can start talking about
our upcoming season.
Yep.
This year for 2023 for archery and squirrels, turkeys.
Yeah. So I've never been turkey hunting. William's been trying to get me out for the past couple years. I don't have a shotgun, so I mean everyone's offered for me to borrow, but I don't like to borrow things because if I mess something up, or I lose a clip, or I just something. If I scratch
Yeah,
it, I
yeah.
just feel bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or you know what I mean? Obviously, shotguns don't. Most of them don't have clips.
I was gonna. Yeah, I was waiting for it, but he
But I just meant
elaborated
like I don't
himself.
like borrowing people's guns.
Yeah,
and
yeah, which
stuff
would
like
be
that
cool
because they're
too to shoot
expensive.
one with a bow.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna go out with my bow, or we're gonna go turkey hunting on public, and I'd like to go to Marionville because I've seen a bunch of turkey up there. So
Well, we're gonna. I want to use the blind because 3 of us can sit in that comfortably, and you can shoot out of this blind. Well, it's a big blind, so hopefully you could shoot out of it comfortably. And I don't know if you're going with us or not. You said you were gonna sit on your own, which is fine. Whatever you want to do doesn't
Yeah,
matter
I
to me.
don't-
It'd be really cool to see you shoot one with a bow, and for me to get it on camera. Whatever. We'll figure it out when it gets there. It's coming up pretty quick. We got a lot of turkeys on our camera. There's a lot of turkey sign around there when we go looking for sheds. There's feathers, tracks. Constantly we got turkeys on our camera. So we're hoping this is going to be a decent spot. But we'll see, how things progress when the season gets closer. Turkeys change their pattern too.
Yeah, I don't.
Because
know
the days are gonna start getting longer here too. Also, my dad knows more about turkeys than I do, so we'll see. But hopefully, last weekend Cody saw a whole bunch of turkeys there, so we know they're there. We just gotta kind of pinpoint where they're gonna be at, and hopefully, maybe both of us could get one, or all 3 of us. That'd be really awesome. I don't really think my dad cares if he gets one or not.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Which is gonna be really awesome. Because it's kind of bringing a whole new aspect of hunting in for all of us. Turkey is like a big game, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah, so I seen me and Andrew seen about 8 turkeys the first time, and I probably seen about 30 because there's about 10 on the hill, and then after they flew away, about 20 just took off like towards the river. So it's the most prominent spot that I've seen, anyways.
Yeah, there's definitely, and like. Not to like go back, but last season turkey hunting, we only seen in the fall. We only seen one gobbler, and he was old, and that's all we seen.
We seen that female when we were hunting archery.
Yeah, and then in spring, we seen a couple gobblers, and
you did miss one, right? You guys missed one.
That was in fall, and that was my dad because it took off flying.
It was too far.
It was way.
He still shot that.
Way too far away to even shoot at, and he just opened fire at it, and I didn't even shoot because as soon as I seen it, I'm like, no.
If that would happen to me, I would have slung an arrow.
Yeah, midair, freaking.
So sweet.
Yeah, it would have. That would have. It would have been like calling Mayday as it's friggin' spiraling out of control, going down to the ground. Yeah, that would have been cool. It was a very old gobbler. It actually came out with 2 does out in the field, and I spotted it from real far away. But back to our discussion on public land. We're not sure how many squirrels are there yet, but we haven't really seen any.
No, we haven't.
I mean, it might be maybe a potential squirrel spot. We haven't found any sheds yet either, which is kind of sad.
We have a lot more public land to explore too, though.
Yeah,
we've
there's
been
a lot.
sticking like to one, but we need to go to.
We did go to one
spots.
different one once. We made on Shed Hunting 3 video series. We went to a different one. That one was like all new to me. I'd never been there. I think Cody was
we
there
didn't get
before.
to explore it.
We didn't really get to explore. We were on a time crunch, but there was turkey sign there.
Yeah, there was. Yep, on the top of the hill. Yep.
Yeah, there was turkeys there.
So
which
even if we don't shed hunt, we need to go and scout some of those spots.
Yeah, at least it's not a total fail if we don't find sheds because we're still scouting for turkeys, which is the next season. So I don't look at it as a total loss.
Yeah, and honestly, like if we ever do find sheds, we're just gonna learn kind of where to look and when to wait. You know what I mean? We did it early because part of our group, people were finding sheds.
Oh yeah, constantly. We never found sheds before. We've only ever really went shed hunting one time, and that was like 2-3 years ago now. But hopefully we'll find some. I mean, honest. The one guy at work went out with his son on the same day we did last Saturday, and they didn't find anything either. So I don't
Yeah.
feel as bad when he told me that. I was like, oh, well, we didn't either.
Yeah, so I mean, we'll keep going about the season. Is we'll have turkey, we'll have squirrel. We actually have someone joining us with hunting now. He's been featured in our videos a couple of times. He's going to be in
New
our
to
next
squirrel
video.
hunting.
Yeah, he's never squirrel hunted before, so he's going to buy a gun. He's going to buy a bow, so that's going to be a podcast too. I'd really like to interview him and have him actually interview us. That's going to be something cool.
Yeah, because
we
he's
wanna
like
try to
more
do.
newer to hunting.
Yep. He's hunted rifle here and there, and he's went archery with me once or twice, but he has so many questions. And not that we don't know.
We're not professionals.
Yeah, we're not professionals at all. But
Don't ask us.
we can at least help him. And I think a big thing though too is like it's gonna be so cool to like help someone kind of like, because we have our own morals for hunting, and we kind of
want to distill them upon him.
Yeah.
Like to be a good hunter.
Yeah, exactly. And I think you know what I mean, not everybody, like, our hunting is the only way or the right way.
Yeah.
Per se, but we feel like our morals are somewhat pretty good in a sense. So we're hoping that we can rub off on him a little bit, because just from a few stories he's told me, you know, some of his friends are kind of the opposite of us. You know what I mean? So to go into the season, we're a squirrel hunt. Obviously, we're going to, you know, buck hunt, but I'm going to get some doe tags this year. And
if they sell them over the counter, that'd be
Yeah.
really nice.
Yeah, they're
hopefully.
doing
I might
that,
even get one.
supposedly.
I usually don't because I can't eat 2 deer. I'm like the only one that eats deer.
Yeah, same.
So I feel it's just gonna go to waste. So one's plenty. You know, for me, I make jerky with it, so I'm able to do more with it. So maybe I might get a doe tag. We'll see. You know how I feel when the time comes.
Yeah.
I
mean, I'm getting a doe tag, one for the so I can shoot something, so I get the
good
practice.
Good point. Yep.
2, if I don't get a buck.
Yep.
Also, I really want to spot and stalk something. I want to get that, and I really want to get that. So
would you feel
that's
the
my
same
goal.
exhilaration out of? I'll save the question for the end. Never mind. Okay.
You have it. Don't forget it then.
Yeah, I won't.
Okay.
So like, yeah, that's what I was gonna say too. Like, I would want to get a doe tag for that sole purpose of say I don't get a buck, and I just want to get a deer for that. Just getting a deer, like kind of learning off of it thing.
Mhm.
So you'd at least get one deer for the year.
Yeah, and I think that's someone made that point, that I'm pretty sure some guy on Elk Shape gave that point, like, are you killing things or shooting things? Like, because everything's situational. If you're not practicing it, if you're just going after that buck and you don't get that buck every year, and then you get that chance for that buck, you might keep messing up. So you need to keep that practice in, you know, especially with a bow, because it's temperamental. You know what I mean? You got to keep up with it.
A lot of stuff to go wrong.
Yep, and I'm learning. You know, I'm learning that I need to be more. Before this year, like last year, I just usually picked up my bow. I shot it 2 weeks ahead of time. That was it.
Now we shoot a lot.
Yeah.
We go to which I've never been to before. Now we do the 3D shoots.
Yeah.
That's really, really good practice. I mean, and it helps out your local sportsman's club. I would definitely recommend going to those. Those are really good practice. It's very lifelike scenarios.
And it's fun.
Yeah, and it's fun, and you can get a couple buddies and do it with, and it's like, you know, it doesn't even take all day.
Take some extra arrows.
Yeah, definitely.
If you like golf and you don't want to be as angry that you are at golf, do some 3D shoots, because it's like golf in a sense, in my eyes.
Yeah, I mean, if you're good at shooting a bow, I guess.
Yeah.
Or any bit decent.
Yeah, just take some extra arrows, you know, if you're me.
Yeah.
I break them, I shoot them.
Yeah.
William did fine his first shot, but he only went once, you know. I went 3, we'll see. But he's a better shot than me, so
I don't know about that, but we'll see.
Except for his neck shot, but you know.
Yeah, some instances.
No, I'm just kidding.
So we're going into squirrel season. We pretty much all use 22s.
Yeah, I tried to do iron sights eyes. No.
Yeah, I told him But he's like, I'll try them. I'm like, okay, that's fine. Cool, more power to you.
I
You know, I
wanna
really
do it.
didn't have a problem with it, you know, because like that's what we grew up with on BB guns
Yeah,
and such. So
that's what
whatever.
I want.
Hey, if you want to try it, sure.
I think my sight was off, though. I think like if
Well, you never really shot the gun a whole lot either. I mean, we
no,
shot
I
it
didn't
one
get to.
time,
Yeah,
a little bit,
I
and you're
didn't
like,
get to.
okay, I'm good.
I should have shot it more. That's something I need to get better at shooting. I shoot a few times. I think I'm confident,
Uh,
and it's like different when something's moving or something. You're actually shooting something.
yeah.
That's something. So, basically, to just kind of like end on our upcoming season is we're gonna get better film this time. I think we're gonna be
Yeah,
a
we're
little
gonna
bit
have
more
one of us
organized.
doing filming, one of us actually hunting.
Yeah,
Most of the time we might split up. We might, you know, one of us go by ourselves one day when the other can't, you know, etc. We're gonna do our food plots again. We gotta put our stand up again at a different spot. We're gonna try, of course. We're gonna check our cameras. Hopefully, we're gonna keep the same number of cameras. We're gonna maybe explore public land more. We got a climber, so we could, you know, that's pretty versatile there. I
Yeah.
think that's about it. We're gonna try and do a little bit better. I mean, I know there's not a lot of bucks over there now, but we'll see. You know, come time and see what the cameras say. And like summer, you know, when the deer in velvet, we can see. So it's kind of a bummer, but you know, it happens.
yeah, exactly. Hopefully, if anything, I really want a saddle, but I might just have to buy a climber so we both have one. You're gonna have to buy a harness if you know what I
Yeah,
mean.
because I'm a baby,
Buy
and
buy a good one, you know.
yeah, I used to do the cold climber thing, and I'm just not for it now.
Yeah.
That's why I have a climber, and I'm like, nah.
I mean, if anything, if we take some, even if we invest into like a
A walk on.
yeah.
Yeah.
So hopefully that's coming up. But honestly, a lot of our hunting videos are gonna be light. We're gonna be having fun with it. We're not gonna
We're probably
Yeah.
gonna do definitely. Well, we're I guess we're gonna branch into our videos we're gonna do here. I'll talk about those real
Yeah.
quick before we go to the end. Yeah, like he said, our hunting videos are gonna be light because it's obviously we got spring, so we only got turkey season really, and then there's gonna be summer and then fall, so we got squirrel and deer then. So you're probably only gonna see, you know, a couple hunting videos here and there, turkey, and then after that, probably not anything really. But we do have a lot of videos planned. So I have a couple planned so far. I've been making this really cool mount, custom made, you know, out of barn wood and trees and such. I know it sounds kind of goofy, but once you see the video, you might think differently. I've, you know, been working on it a lot. It's a lot of work. I got some money invested into it. It's gonna be cool. It's totally custom.
looks really good.
Thanks, but I never really seen anything like it before. I kind of took some ideas that I've seen other people do and made my own thing out of it. So yeah, we're gonna do that. I'm gonna do that video, kind of go through it, because a lot of people don't really make good videos on YouTube. They do explaining how they make like their European mount settings and stuff, like habitat mounts and such. They're pretty bland. They kind of stick to basics, you know. Hey, this mount took me 30 minutes to make. This one, it took a while.
Yeah, he's put a lot of time in it.
And so we're gonna make that video. I want to do a 1-year video on my quad, which it's been getting a lot of views. So we're gonna kind of stick to some stuff like that. And then definitely one big thing that I haven't seen on YouTube a lot is shotgun testing, patterning for turkeys with a whole bunch of different choke tubes and a whole bunch of different turkey loads. And I mean, people do make them and stuff. I'm not trying to talk crap on them or whatever. They do make the videos, but like it's not like what I want to see. Like so we're gonna make one of those like to our own standards, and
And something, not to interrupt them, but something maybe we are gonna do in the future is one, we're gonna start. This is maybe doing some like stickers of our logo, maybe shirts, but
Eventually.
well, yeah, eventually. But I want to touch a base on. We're gonna maybe open up some kind of like PayPal or anything like that. So if you like videos like he's talking about, maybe if you want to see more of them,
Oh yeah.
you can donate just to help us, buy the ammunition or anything we need for it. I'm not asking for donations at all, but I'm just putting that out there that's
If you
something
want
we're
to
gonna
see
be.
it
Yeah.
and you donate, we're making a video.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
like this shotgun video, you guys know, you being hunters, it's gonna be expensive to make because any more like say heavy shot turkey loads, a box of fives like $50 roughly. That's a lot, and I'm not gonna shoot all five, but we're testing like what 4 choke tubes, so we're gonna shoot at least 4.
Mhm.
So that's plus like not including all the other shotgun shells we're gonna be using too. So
Yep.
free. I'm just doing this for my own fun and your viewing purposes that I kind of want to see anyhow.
Yep.
That you guys didn't really make, but yeah, he's right about that aspect.
And that's it. That's just a future thing that we're gonna put out there, and we're not asking. It's all gonna be funded by us, but every cent helps us, grow and get better at everything. So you can see more quality videos. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that eventually, that's something I would like to do. Eventually, I'll post a link sometime in the future in our on our channel and our podcast and everything like that. So.
And I think if you guys, I think you need to comment more. I'm not trying to tell you what to
Yeah.
do, but please, if it's bad, we don't care. We
Yeah.
just want to hear from you. If it's bad, we take it as constructive criticism that we can do better and we'll change it or whatever you guys want to see because you dictate, I should say dictate. What we do.
We're gonna for sure. We're trying to make it better for the audience. I'm not saying we're gonna do exactly what you're saying, but we're gonna consider it 100,
Oh, yeah.
pretty much 100% because obviously we're trying to make a better studio, but we also are trying to do some of this stuff as we can because we only got so much time,
and so much
money, and so much. You know what I mean? So that's a big thing. So if our quality sucks or we can do something that helps our quality, let us know. If we need to be closer to the camera, if we need to be further away, if we need
better audio,
better mic, if you would like to, basically any comment
anything.
or even just telling us, hey, good job, like anything to keep just anything.
There's no bad comment. We appreciate all of them. We respond to all of them. We try to, or like them at least. We read them all. We definitely read them all.
Yeah, tell us we should suck a fat dick. I don't know. I'm just kidding.
If you do, we're not gonna do that, but we'll read it.
Yeah. No, just kidding. So like he was talking about some of his videos. I have a couple I would like to do. I want to remake the video of my explosive archery target, make it a little bit more in depth, kind of showing more explosions and stuff like that. I know YouTube algorithm might not like it, but I'm gonna do it anyways. I want to make something with a pit bike, climbing hills. I want to make more 3D archery shooting videos. We also something we need to do and we're gonna do is probably make a few 4-wheeler rides.
Yeah, just for fun.
I'm just saying, I just had a kid, so things are going to be a little bit harder to do that I want to do because I feel bad. I want to make sure that, Banks is taken care of, and so is my wife. So, sometimes it might be mainly William making the videos, or sometimes it might be me.
Yeah, we take turns. Try to.
So you're going to see 2 different styles of editing, different videos. So, you might see one style you like and you might see the next one you don't like, So it just, that's what we're going for. We're going for 2 different styles. We like that we're
it's
not
going to be all
thing.
the same. Yeah.
So, I mean, anything else? You have any other videos you want to talk about?
I'm gonna try. I mean, it's been a while now, but our vacation to Tennessee, I have a video almost done editing for the longest time now. It's a pretty good long video that I've been wanting to upload, but hopefully get that out soon. We're dropping a new one here on our last shed hunt pretty soon, which it'll be already uploaded by the time this one's up.
before
Yeah.
this goes up.
But that's about it.
So I'm gonna start actually. I just want to show you. Grab me that holder, please, sir. I'll tell you what to do, bitch. No, just kidding. So I'm gonna start making these pocket quivers. Just to show you, William didn't get to see it yet, but he didn't think the arrow would fit.
Yeah, I'm like, my arrow's not gonna fit in
It's
there.
gonna fit.
Well, I guess now.
This
that
one's
I
even.
see
This
enough.
one's loose. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's gonna fit.
No, it doesn't. I'm like, there ain't no way.
But basically, it just goes in your back pocket, and you can throw your arrows in there. I'm gonna redesign it a little bit, maybe make a little clip on the back of it. This is. I can't talk sometimes.
This is a.
This is an unfinished one. It's actually a lot longer than this. I ran out of filament, so I'm gonna buy some more or whatever. Do different colors in the future, but this is gonna be an option eventually. I'm gonna put on. See, some of them don't fit because they have the
Insert.
yeah.
The insert.
But you can make different, different sizes. One, see, this one's real tight. That's perfect for it. It actually has a point, so your point can fit in there and
Oh,
everything.
okay. So it sits down.
Yeah. So that's something in the future. I'm gonna see what's the time. All right, yeah. So let's finish. It's about an hour, so let's finish
With the question.
with the questions. So you had a question earlier. if you
Okay,
remember.
so I remember it. Would you get the same enjoyment out of spot and stalk with a rifle,
No.
even if it was open sights?
If it was, maybe if it was open sights, but no, I don't think I would because
Really? You'd still have to get close.
muzzle loader, yes, I would.
Uh,
A
I
rifle,
mean, I guess I didn't consider that.
a rifle, maybe at first. I think maybe like the first time you do it, but I don't think it would. I think like archery, I think the fact that it's archery, the fact that you have to get that close, the fact that you know what I mean. Your whole like a gun. I don't know. I feel like you can maneuver easier.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? I could crawl through the woods a lot easier
Just
than
pick
a
it up.
bow.
Boom.
Than a
Yeah.
freaking gun.
Yep.
Gun. So I think a bow's just hard. So I think also I might be biased because I love archery versus rifle.
Yeah.
So that might be a little bit of bias
Yeah.
there.
I think I still would. I would.
I think-
if
I mean, yes, but also I don't know. I would probably shoot at something 50 yards with an open sight.
Oh yeah. You just be like, all right, this
Versus
is
a bow.
close enough.
Yeah. So I mean, I think I just farted with my mouth while I
Yeah.
was talking.
Thing.
Sorry guys, ADHD brain, But see, I need to stop going tangents like that because then my brain's completely
I don't
forget
know
what I was
where I
talking
was
about.
going.
So, but yeah, that's my answer. I don't think I would. I think having the bow, the experience, having to get closer, basically the fact that it is a bow versus a rifle comes in the fact. I think maybe at first it would, but I think it'd wear off real quick.
Oh yeah. After you did it once, you're like, eh.
Yeah.
Like it's cool. Just to do it.
All right, so I got a question for you. Since you've gotten 3 bucks right now, right?
Yeah.
2 archery, 1 rifle. We've talked about it before about does size matter? Are you gonna go? So my question is, are you gonna go for something bigger and a deer older as you go forward, or are you still kind of I would still shoot something like I did last year?
That's hard because we say this every year. So every year we come out and we're like, oh, as the season's coming up, are we gonna shoot a bigger deer or are we just gonna settle with that one? And I think it comes down to it. probably this year in archery, I would probably try and shoot a bigger one, just because I like actually enjoy going out for rifle. Like just to have the whole experience of
Yeah.
it. Just because you get like a whole nother season, and then even after that, you get flintlock, which
Mhm.
I still need to buy one, but you get a whole nother season.
Yeah.
Like and and so on and so on, but yeah, I just kind of want to maybe hunt this year all 3 seasons
Yeah.
and
Okay.
see what happens, and maybe get a doe tag to just have that backup.
Yeah, and I think you do like I think getting a doe tag might help you drive a little more. I think yeah, you
Mhm.
have gotten yours archery, and then you're like, oh, I wish I was out there with you. But at the same time, at this point, if one of us gets it early, we can film the other. You know what I mean? You're still, I don't know. When I'm hunting with you, I kind of like live through you if you're getting one. You know.
Yeah, it is exciting too. Yeah.
Since we're running a little long, let's just keep it to one more question instead of 3 questions. So if you got another one.
I don't off the top of my head.
All right, so I don't really have another question, so I think that's where we're gonna leave it at. We're probably about 1 hour 10 minutes, so it's this one's kind of longer. But our next one, hopefully, we're gonna get a little interview, even if it has to be like a video one.
Oh yeah, through
or
a phone
video.
or something.
So,
Yeah. I didn't think of that. That's a
maybe
good idea.
maybe we can do that sometime. If you like this style of us just talking, instead of just having interviews, let us know. We
Yeah.
definitely
Topics you want to hear,
Yep.
talk about, whatever, or ask us questions like, "Hey, where do you guys live at?" Maybe not that specific, but
Yeah.
or like, "Hey, what kind of hunting do you guys like? Particular? What kind of bow do you use? What kind of arrows? What kind of shotgun?"
Yeah, how do you feel about this? How do you
Yeah,
feel about that?
yeah, or where do you shed hunt at, or
Yeah.
just whatever.
Yeah, hopefully, maybe something we can do is actually include our email too. Maybe people can email questions.
Yeah, and see
And
what you
then
want
if
to
we
say.
get enough questions, we can make a whole podcast just on answering the
questions,
questions.
yeah, and we'll answer your questions and anything you
So-
want to ask. Honestly,
That's maybe something we can do is start adding our email. There's a few things maybe we'll run by, but that's something we can definitely do is answer your questions.
if you want to be a guest on our podcast,
Yeah,
or
reach out to us if you want to be on our podcast. Reach out to us. We're more than welcome.
or if you're like new to hunting
Yeah.
and like you want to come hunt with us, whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Or want to just come be in one of our videos. Like, hey, I like riding, or I like shooting bows. Whatever, we'll go shoot bows or guns or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, there's a lot of things we have coming up, kind of in the works, but they're in the future work. So eventually, we're gonna do a lot of things we want to do.
Eventually.
Yes, but it's eventually because we're still trying to get our
Thing
name.
going.
Yeah,
Yeah,
trying to get our name.
pretty much.
Yeah, so like a lot of things we're not trying to invest in yet because it's not the right time.
Mhm.
Hopefully we continue doing this stuff. So
Hopefully, yes.
yeah, so we don't know when the next podcast will be. We just kind of like go
As we can.
as we can. We were gonna try to do one every month, but then you see how that went. So we're gonna at least try to do. Let's make a goal of 6 a year, if anything.
Yeah.
So we'll at least that 6 a year, and if we do more, just me and you, that makes it a little bit
Easier.
And plus,
oh, yeah.
if you give us topics,
Oh, yeah. We'll have
For
lots
sure.
of stuff to talk about. Or
Yes.
questions, answer, or whatever.
exactly. And next time we'll actually be sitting down, and you won't see like my weird gut sitting in here, but
Yeah, with a table, hopefully.
a
and-
table,
yeah.
and we actually I want to get or horn mugs so we can drink beer.
Yeah,
out of.
which they had those at the outdoor show, and
Oh,
they were
did
like $50 a
They're
piece.
expensive.
Yeah, I was like, oh,
but I
dang.
think they're worth. You know what I mean? I think that'd be cool. Like,
Yeah, they were cool.
Yeah, so we'll see you guys next time, and we appreciate you stopping in. Whether you're stopping on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, if you want it on a different platform, let me know. But those are the main 3 that I've been putting them on. So anything left to say?
That's about it. We said a good bit.
Yeah.
I'd say it was good.
So yeah, appreciate you guys stopping in. See you next time.
Yeah. Jeez, it's almost 10.